Cooking with Amy.
Good morning, everybody. I have a really fun recipe for you. We eat a lot of banana bread in my house, and sometimes it's fun to do something a little bit different. If you've got some strawberries, why not make my strawberry quick bread? It's perfect for guests, companies coming. You want to pull out something nice for breakfast, great for a snack, to pack in your lunch bag, great to bring treats for the office, and like I said, good way to use up those summer strawberries. So the recipe starts with 1 stick of softened butter, and to that I'm going to add some cream cheese, 4 ounces of softened cream cheese and some butter. And I'm just going to use the mixer to cream the butter, the cream cheese, and the sugars together. The cream cheese is really going to make this bread nice and moist and give it some great flavor too. You could certainly use light cream cheese if you wanted, just to lighten this up a bit. This is one of those breads that you can throw together in no time. You don't need to wait for it to rise or anything like that. Now we're going to add 2 eggs. I like to add them one at a time. And a little bit of vanilla. We're also going to add your choice of milk or half and half. It's up to you what you want to use. Either one will work great. All right, so now we've got our wet ingredients going. I'm going to hand that off to my assistant Ann. She's going to mix that a little bit better while I work on my dry ingredients. Okay, for the dry ingredients, it's very, very simple. You probably already have most ingredients on hand. We're just using some flour, baking powder, baking soda, and a little bit of salt. And it's really important when you're making quick breads and muffins to do 2 separate pans. One for the 2 separate mixing bowls, one for the wet ingredients, one for the dry ingredients. And just really mix that. I like to use, you don't need to sift these days. For most recipes, just use a whisk, and that's going to combine the baking soda with the baking powder and get it all mixed well. All right, so now we've got our wet ingredients and our dry ingredients, and this is when the 2 will meet. And when you do this, very, very quickly mix this together. You don't want to overmix it. You don't need a mixer at this point. The batter's going to be a little bit lumpy, and that is how it should be. And then we've got a couple of cups of just diced strawberries that we're going to also fold in here. I've got a bread pan. This is going to make 1 big nice loaf or a couple of mini loaves. And you want to spray it really well with baking spray. Now I'm going to fold in my strawberries, gently fold those in at the end. You don't really want to break them up. And I'm using fresh strawberries. If you are using frozen strawberries, you want to use them from the frozen state. If you let them thaw, you'll have pink bread, and sure it'll taste good, but it just won't look as pretty. So in this goes into the oven, 350 degrees. It takes about 50 to 60 minutes to bake. The top needs to be golden. I love serving this bread warm with butter right out of the oven, but it'll keep if you wrap it well for a couple of days, and you can just reheat it in the microwave or just eat it at room temperature. It is gorgeous, something a little bit different than banana bread. We'll let it cool and then get out of this bread pan. There you go, my strawberry quick bread recipes on the website. You can also pick it up at any area Festival Foods.